The Curse of Oak Island is a multi-season reality television series that chronicles a team of treasure hunters run by brothers Marty and Rick Lagena and its search for legendary treasure on Oak Island off the shore of Nova Scotia. But who is funding this treasure hunting show? Is Rick Lagena the mastermind behind all this? Is he a millionaire and rich beyond our wildest dreams? To find out, we delved deep into the numbers and decided to make this detailed video for you guys. We even checked where he worked before this treasure hunt, and his story is full of twists and turns. Before we move on to our million-dollar question, let's take a dive into his past and see how did it all start. At less than 1 mile long and 1,000 feet wide, the tiny island of Oak Island in Nova Scotia has played host to the world's longest-running and most expensive treasure hunt. Americans Rick and Marty Lagena are the latest treasure hunters to take up the challenge, and so far have spent nearly a decade searching on the island. We've spoken a lot about the Curse of Oak Island lately, and most of you love these characters from the show. Initially, the cast consisted of a core group including Rick, Marty, and Alex Lagena, Dan and Dave Blankenship, Craig Tester, Jack Begley, Dan Henske, Charles Barkhouse, and Peter Fornetti. And with time, the Oak Island team has expanded. Some specialists who were brought to the island for specific purposes, such as Terry Matheson, Laird Niven, and Gary Drayton, have joined the team as full-time members. The cast is being paid on a per-season deal, so they aren't legally bound to be present in each single episode. Their deal is the typical reality show deal, so they rake up some serious thousands each per season. On the other hand, they also work up product placement deals, which helps out as well. But here is how it all began. In 2006, Rick and Marty purchased a 50% stake of Oak Island Tours, Inc., the company that owned the island, with Oak Island resident Dan Blankenship retaining the other 50%. It was when their treasure hunting days began. Before that, the brothers had two very different careers. Most people, when they first watched The Curse of Oak Island...
Well, here's the deal, Rick. I am sick of the swamp, and I am wanting to quit. What do you mean you want to quit?
Think that both the Lagena were equally rich, but they are not. It turns out Marty is the doer and Rick is the dreamer, as Marty's net worth is estimated to be as high as $100 million. Divide it by 10 and you get Rick's net worth, which is around $10 million. But the question is, how did he earn his actual fortune? Outside of being a reality TV star, Marty is also a very successful businessman, and that has allowed him to fund the entire Oak Island Tours operation and treasure hunt. Before becoming a TV star, he found success in the fields of natural gas and wind power extraction. Marty attended Michigan Tech University, after which he started working for Amoco as a petroleum engineer. He went on to get his Juris Doctor at the University of Michigan, while working in the petroleum consulting business on the side. His company, Terra Energy, was a pioneer in extracting natural gas from shale around the Midwest in the 1990s. With this company, he developed over $3 billion in natural gas resources and oil. This means that Rick is richer than most of you, but way poorer when in comparison to most of his Oak Island partners. Now, most of you might be thinking, what did Rick do before Oak Island? Well, Rick was just like you and your buddy working a full-time job. Rick Lagena is a mechanical engineering graduate. His experience in engineering perhaps helps explain the team's methodical approach to finding riches, which involves making use of a variety of tools and techniques to comb the island's interior. In fact, Rick was a post office worker, so he was just a grunt in the American mailing industry. This is probably one of the reasons fans relate so much to him and have roughly the same outlook on life. He was truly one of us before Marty took him on this adventure.
I want to pull this corner back because when we first dug, I thought there were a couple, 3 stones there.
Where he made most of his money from. Rick was born on January 25, 1952 in Kingsford, Michigan, USA. His net worth of $10 million is largely accumulated through his television career and investments related to Oak Island. Before his television fame, Rick was involved in the energy business, and he co-founded Terra Energy Limited, a successful energy company in Michigan, which contributed significantly to his early financial success. But before joining the show, his net worth was substantial, estimated to be in the range of several million dollars. However, his true passion for Oak Island and its mysteries led him to invest a significant portion of his wealth into various expeditions and excavations on the island. Growing up in a humble household, he developed an interest in history and mysteries from an early age. After completing his education, Rick pursued a career in the energy industry, where he found considerable success alongside his brother Marty Lagena. But from here onwards, the story took a sharp turn. Their interest in Oak Island was sparked by a 1965 Reader's Digest article. It detailed the island's intriguing history and the potential treasures hidden. Now, most of you might be wondering about how much have the Lagena brothers spent on Oak Island. Well, for obvious reasons, they haven't disclosed the exact figures. But it's hard to know for sure since the sum that Rick and Marty paid to gain a 50% share of Oak Island Tours Inc. has always been undisclosed.
We're drilling in the scientifically delineated area where the gold is coming from.
However, estimates have been made about how much they spend on their drilling and digging operations each year. The brothers were granted their treasure trove license back in July 2010, which allowed them to commence their search at the end of that same year. Being a purely summer endeavor, since the Nova Scotia winters make digging near impossible, the brothers have currently had 8 summers searching on Oak Island. They're known for using sophisticated technology and bringing in global experts to aid in their quest, none of which come cheaply. The amount they've spent has also clearly increased over the years, with the Curse of Oak Island showing bigger and better tech coming onto the island every year. You must consider all the equipment at the site while calculating the amount they've spent on the show. The massive drilling rigs worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, which are getting even bigger for Series 6, are by far the most expensive pieces of equipment that the brothers have brought onto the island. The excavators and diggers they've used to shift the earth come in a close second. On the other hand, when it comes to critical and audience reception, the show finds itself sailing in slightly choppy waters. At IMDb, it is anchored at a 6.9 rating based on over 6,500 user reviews, paints a picture of a show enjoyed by some, questioned by others. On the other hand, at Rotten Tomatoes, the critics haven't been entirely sold, awarding a modest 41% approval score. Yet the audience throws a lifeline with a surprisingly higher 70% fresh rating, indicating a disconnect between professional and personal opinions. Let's talk about other notable names from the show. Kevin Burns, known the world as one of the most popular and richest screenwriters, was born on June 18, 1955, in Schenectady, United States. His name can be found in the records of A&E, National Geographic Channel, Animal Planet, AMC, Bravo, Travel Channel, Lifetime, and the History Channel. He is one of the richest screenwriters from the United States. According to Wikipedia, Forbes, and Business Insider, Kevin Burns' net worth is $35 million. Burns has created and executive produced more than 800 hours of television programming. In 1999, Burns officially made a transition from his role as a studio executive to that of a full-time producer. While still under a production deal at Fox Television Studios, Burns and John Jashney formed Synthesis Entertainment and began developing and producing remakes and sequels of the Allen properties, most notably a Fox television pilot for an updated version of The Time Tunnel, 2002, and the feature film versions of Poseidon and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Folks, my next guests are the treasure-hunting stars of The Curse of Oak Island, Rick and Marty Lagena.
Shifting our focus back on Rick Lagena, he is a successful individual with a long list of accomplishments. Rick has been instrumental in the discovery of several important artifacts and structures on Oak Island, working with his brother Marty and their team. These finds include old coins, cryptic inscriptions, possible booby traps, and other artifacts from the island's past that provide a glimpse into the island's history. Together, the Lagena brothers have made significant investments in modern technology and machinery to support their treasure hunt on Oak Island. Their unique use of instruments like sonar scanning, ground-penetrating radar, and sophisticated drilling procedures has made it possible to find previously undiscovered hints and structures. Through their television series, Rick and his team have brought the story of Oak Island to a global audience, sparking widespread interest and curiosity about the island's mysteries. Their efforts have inspired countless viewers like you to learn more about Oak Island's history and the ongoing quest to unlock its secrets. Besides that, by building close relationships with the locals on Oak Island and in Nova Scotia, Rick Lagena has gained the respect and cooperation of locals, historians, and specialists. His dedication to teamwork and community involvement has aided in creating a feeling of unity of purpose among those engaged in the ongoing treasure hunt. But have you thought about how much the Lagena brothers earns from a single episode of the show? How much does the show make out of each episode? Every season of the show has more than 20 episodes, which means that the brothers, Rick and Marty Lagena, must have earned around $2 million each season. And according to Distractify, the cast members of the show are paid around $100,000 per episode. But these numbers aren't openly given by Rick or Marty. All in all, from the success story of Rick Lagena, we can realize the importance of hard work, brotherhood, knowledge, and teaming up with the right people. His life also serves as a stark reminder of the risks and sacrifices involved in chasing dreams and the importance of weighing these against the potential rewards. What will be his next undertaking? Let's wait and watch. To always stay updated about your favorite TV personalities, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon.
Fred Nolan, a treasure hunter, believed that Oak Island wasn't just about the money pit, it was part of a British military operation. He gained traction after purchasing 7 lots on Oak Island in 1963 and became fascinated with man-made stone markers scattered across the island. According to Nolan, these markers suggested not only the creation of the money pit, but also the burial of smaller treasure caches all over Oak Island. The 7 Years' War, a global conflict fought between 1756 and 1763, spread across continents, from West Africa to India and the Caribbean. After the British sacked Havana, they set sail for Halifax, traveling up the North American coast. This theory suggests that multiple treasure caches were hidden across the island, and Samuel Ball's property might have been a key hiding spot. In 2015, treasure hunter Jack Begley stumbled upon an unusual point sticking out on Lot 6, suggesting that it might have been used as a cover or back wall for something. Samuel Ball's connection to Oak Island grew even more mysterious with every discovery, as investigators turned their attention to his homestead, suggesting that his legacy might hold answers hidden just beneath the surface. In 1921, Rick and Marty Lagena discovered an anomalous void or possible tunnel near the foundation of Samuel Ball's home on Lot 25. Archaeologist Laird Niven secured a permit for further investigation, believing that Samuel's choice of Lot 25 could have been intentional due to his knowledge gained during his time in the British military. As the team continued their investigation, more questions arose about Samuel Ball's wealth, his property, and his sideline business. Samuel Ball's house was built during the 18th century, making it rare for someone of his background. The discovery led to the discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath his home, which was solidly built but appeared empty when a camera was inserted into the void. Further investigations revealed that Samuel Ball's property was not just a home, but an operation, with multiple outbuildings scattered across the land and extensive cleared land. In 2025, a fabric artifact was found while sifting through spoils removed from the homestead, which turned out to be part of a British Navy jacket. The estimated time period for this discovery is 1804 to 1825. One of the most significant discoveries tied to Samuel Ball's life is a gold-gilded Master and Commander Officer's button from the British Royal Navy. This button, which was responsible for loading Royal Navy ships, is considered significant as it ties Samuel Ball directly to the British Navy after the discovery of the money pit. Some speculate that Samuel Ball was trading with the British Navy, keeping his connections and involvement with them. Another clue in the investigation was a well on Lot 26, which never froze, no matter the temperature. Geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner and archaeologist Laird Niven collected water samples and organic materials from the well, which were found to be one of the only silver hits outside the money pit. This raised a tantalizing possibility of the tunnel under Samuel Ball's homestead being connected to this mysterious well. Samuel Ball, a renowned landowner and enslaved teenager, was a significant figure in the history of Oak Island, Nova Scotia. His extraordinary life, including his wealth and property, has left an indelible mark on the island's enigmatic history. In 2022, while investigating the waters surrounding Oak Island, a team uncovered the remains of a massive stone wharf, which was larger than what a humble cabbage farmer would need for offloading crops. Some speculate that Samuel Ball built the wharf as part of a lucrative contract with the British Navy, supplying cabbage to prevent scurvy on their ships. Others wonder if it served a more secretive purpose, possibly linked to smuggling or even safeguarding treasure. The possibility that Samuel Ball was more than just a farmer grows stronger with each discovery. Some believe he might have been entrusted by the British military to guard the treasure on Oak Island, ensuring it remained safe until the Crown could reclaim it. Naval buttons found on his property suggest he maintained ties with the military, and the scale of his operations point to activities beyond farming. By the time of his death in 1842, after over 60 years on the island, Samuel Ball had amassed not just wealth and property, but a shroud of mystery that endures to this day. His extraordinary life continues to captivate historians and treasure hunters alike, leaving an indelible mark on Oak Island's enigmatic history.